everybody, this is Chris at Zenark Reptiles. Thank you for joining me once again. Before we get started, if you guys are new here, consider liking and subscribing and hitting that notification bell. What that notification bell does is keep you in the loop of all my upcoming videos. So I release videos every Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday, and what it does is it gives you a notification to say, hey, I got a new video out. Also, if you guys get anything from my videos, all I ask is if you guys hit the like button. It really helps me out. Before we get started, what I want to say is that I'm actually a reptile breeder, and from your comments, I know a lot of you guys are reptile keepers, thinking about keeping a reptile, or are actually a breeder. So what I do is I go through all your guys' comments, all your messages, and I get from Facebook and Instagram, and what I do is I try to make a video to help you guys out. So if you guys have any questions or anything that you want me to talk about, please comment below or send me a message to Instagram or Facebook. I do not have all the answers, but I have a lot of experience breeding reptiles, and even though I may do it this way, someone might do it different, but I'm successful at it. And if you would like to know how I do it, or what I've researched, or what I've personally experienced, definitely shoot a comment below and I will help you out. I recently got a question about MorphMarket. Is it safe to use, and what do I do when I'm using it? So I've already made a video about is it safe to use. I'll actually post it right here, but I'm going to talk about some more about using MorphMarket and some things that I would do to definitely make sure you're being safe when using it. So let's get started. The first thing I can tell you is always use PayPal. I mean, I've learned myself to always use PayPal. Now, if I'm going to use it like for a well-known pet shop, say someone like Reptile Rapture, or like Ozzy Boyd's, which is not really a pet shop, but he's a breeder that's well-known, Justin Kaboka, people that are definitely legit, I have no problem using a credit card. Credit card is actually great for not getting ripped off. So it means if you use it like at a mini mart or something like that, and someone starts stealing your account, it's great at that, but it's not so great if someone doesn't deliver your product. That's what PayPal does. PayPal was made to be an online purchasing and processing company. It really got big during the eBay craze. So what they're there to do is to make sure you get your product. So actually, if you don't get your product, what they do, they will ask the person who's selling the item, they'll ask them to prove that they actually shipped it out. So they'll have to show proof and show that the item was delivered, and if they cannot show that, what they'll do is close their account down until they pay you back. They will be unable to receive revenue or send revenue until that is fixed. One time I did not use PayPal on a questionable sale when I first started out doing this, and I did not get my money back. So learn from my mistakes. Definitely use PayPal, and it'll save you. Another big thing I can tell you is also research who you are buying from. So say you look on there and say their name is BM Reptiles or GEM Reptiles. I'm just making some names up here, but go online, check for Instagram, check for Facebook, check for online website, check for these things, and if they have an online presence, and if they spent a lot of time building it up, it's unlikely that they're going to try to ruin their reputation. So if you go to Facebook and they have like 100 likes or 400 likes, 500 likes, they have Instagram and they have 1,000 subscribers, they are going to be less likely to want to throw that away. So it really helps you out. I'm not saying it can't happen, but it's less likely to happen. Always ask for pictures and more pictures. When I buy a snake, I always ask for more pictures of the snake I'm purchasing and ask if I can see the pictures of the parents. Especially if I'm buying anything that's het, I want to see the parents. If they get annoyed by this or they can't help you there, I would definitely say it's a red flag. It may be annoying for the seller, but you know what? You are the purchaser and you want to make sure that it's legit. So I always ask to see the parents. I always ask to see more pictures of the the baby or hatchling or whatever I'm buying, even if it's an adult, sub-adult, because if they are just putting on some picture they found online, it's gonna be really hard for them to make more pictures of it. Also, there is a situation where I only saw one of the adults, because sometimes people do joint breeding projects, which I understand. He did show me a picture of the father, but he couldn't give me very new pictures because someone else had them, which I understood. But at least she showed me one picture of the adult and also more pictures of the hatchling. So if they get annoyed by this and they get upset, I would say look elsewhere, because there might be hiding something. That's what I would do personally. This one right here is a big thing for me personally, is I always check out what they are feeding their animal. This mostly applies to ball pythons, and what I'm saying is if they are mice feeders, I will either not buy that animal or I will look elsewhere. If they can prove that they've switched over to rats, I'm okay with it, but in the past I did not check out what they were actually feeding their snakes. A lot of times if you have a ball python on mice, they will stick on mice. Now, I have had lots of animals on African Softers that switch back from African Softers to normals, but when it comes to mice, they get stuck on that mouse and they do not want to switch back. I don't know what it is with mice, but a lot of ball pythons will stick to mice and not go to rats. And I refuse to breed mice. If you know anything about rat smell, it is heavenly compared to mice. Mice stink. Even if you have like just a small couple racks of mice, it will make your room horrific. Even if you vent it out and you have some kind of circulation in there, it does not help. Mice stink horribly. So again, this is a big deal breaker for me. I always make sure that they are being fed rats or African Softers. Another big thing is make sure it is captive bred. This really won't apply to you if you're buying a ball python, but a lot of tortoises, especially a lot of certain lizards and some of the rare snakes are, they call it farm bred, they call it wild caught, field caught, and captive farm. They use all these little clever names. It pretty much means that they were caught in the wild. Even if farm bred, they might be overseas in a little farm there, but they're still pretty much in the wild. And the problem is they're gonna have parasites. So you'll have to treat this lizard. I personally have one wild caught animal down there. It was actually by mistake. When I got him, I did not know. I read it wrong. It's on me, but I'm not gonna punish the animal, and I keep him, and he's actually doing very well. But I'm not gonna lie, when I first got him, I had to treat him for parasites, and he did not grow for a while. Now he's actually growing really well, and he's actually really tame, but it took a lot longer and a lot more effort, and I would not recommend doing this all the time. There are situations where I understand you might need wild caught, especially if you're looking for a new morph for like a ball python. People do this stuff all the time. Me personally, I don't do anything that's not captive bred, except for the one, but to each his own, and I'm not judging. Now, when you look on MorphMarket, you will see a lot of these big pet shop stores, like Triple L Reptile, Underground Reptiles. I'm not bashing them at all, but you just gotta be mindful that they are selling wild caught, so you will have to look into that. If that's not a big deal for you, that's fine. Just let you know that you will have to do some extra precautions and also treat them for parasites. And I do believe they treat them there, but I still treat them again. Like I said, I bought one on accident and I had to do extra work with it to get it going. Not judging anybody. That is a personal preference, but me, I do not buy anything that's not captive bred. So here's the deal. MorphMarket is a great place to buy reptiles. Pretty much what it is a place where everybody that breeds or keeps reptiles or ships them in can sell their animals. And it's a great community. And I would say about 99% of the people are there to help you out. They want to sell their animals and are friendly and are definitely legit. But like anything in this world, there's always somebody that's trying to get money for nothing. If you actually use some of these methods, do some research, check out, ask for pictures, this will definitely limit it down. Like I said, I've only got ripped off one time, and it was on me. Is when I first started out, I was the ignorant one. I did not do my research. I gave him a credit card over the phone, and you may laugh and say that was dumb. It was dumb, and it will never happen again. Only people I give credit cards to is people I know, like Brian Barczyk, Ozzy Boyd's, Justin Kaboka, or pet shop places I have bought things from Triple L in the past, and you know, I'm not afraid to give them a credit card because I know they are a legit business. But to someone who has just a name like BP Ball Pythons or GF Ball Pythons, and I don't know who they are. And by the way, I'm just using random names. I don't know if they even exist. I'm not bashing anybody. But the thing is that without knowing who they are, do your research, and it'll definitely keep your issues down to nothing. Anyways, guys, I appreciate it. Check out some other videos right here. Also hit that subscribe button. It really helps me out. Love you guys. Later. Bye.